Well, hey guys, thanks for tuning in again. Nigel here. I'm on the top of a mountain, and the snow is quite deep. So I made a big mistake. Didn't bring snowshoes, so I've been booting it the entire time up here. So lesson learned there. But at any rate, daylight is waning quickly, so I've got to find a flat space to set up my tent. I've got, I don't know, an hour, maybe a bit more of daylight left. So I've got lots to do. Set up camp and then get some firewood as well. Oh, it's so nice to be out in the snow again. Let's go find a place. Well, the place right here, this area, is actually quite nice, but it's not as flat as I'd like it to be, so I'm gonna continue walking through this deep snow without snowshoes and see if I can find a better place. Snow's not that deep, it's maybe 2 feet, and luckily it's not too powdery, but so I'm not sinking too deep in some areas, but that actually makes it more difficult because in some areas I don't sink, other areas I do, so it surprises you and it takes a lot out of you when you're hiking. I didn't really bring you along for the hike because it was snowing like crazy, and I don't really want to get this camera wet. But and I wanted to get up here because I was running out of time. a little bit of a late start today. But I did bring an umbrella to keep you guys dry, and it looked silly, me hiking up with all my camping gear and an umbrella. But whatever you can do to stay dry is fine by me, no matter how silly it looks. Okay, let me show you what I'm dealing with here. Ugh. Whoa, knee deep. And also a challenge in this snow without snowshoes is wherever there's trees, look out, because there's not only a danger of falling into the tree a little bit, maybe not in this depth of snow, but certainly if the snow was a foot or so deeper, but you're almost guaranteed to make a boot hole 2 feet thick at least. Okay, I see a decent spot up here. I'm gonna check it out. Yeah, that's the spot up there. I'm gonna grab my gear and come back and set up. Okay, so this is the spot here. Man, another benefit of snowshoes, unfortunately, is you can really give the area you want to set up your shelter or tent a good stamp down. These boots, not so good. When I was checking the forecast and the conditions before I got up here, it was not telling me there was a winter wonderland up here. We had a little bit of snow over, I I think, the first bit of the week, and then clearly it snowed a ton last night. So, no snowshoes. Next time, anytime during the winter, I'm just going to pack them in the car, because there's nothing worse than being in snow when you need snowshoes. A hike that would usually take me 45 minutes or so took me probably half an hour more due to the constant booting in the snow. But we're here now. We are here now. And a shovel would be nice. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a fire going. If you remember, on mountains, there's not a whole lot of dead standing trees. There's a reason for that. All the wind knocks everything down, snow and wind, on the top of a mountain. Well, hopefully this is relatively flat. It sure seems like it. I won't know until I've laid down. You just want to stamp down at least a good body-sized area. Man, there's nothing like camping in the snow. Even just being out here is a definite different feeling than the rest of the year. My favorite part, no mosquitoes. Okay, I'm going to stomp this down more and get the tent set up. Well, let's just see how flat this really is. Always a good way to test out the flatness before you set it up. Oh, not bad. Not bad at all. Whoa. The beauty about snow is you can stamp it down even more once it's set up to perfectly meet the contours of your body. I found this really awesome store called Mountain Warehouse, I think it's called. Now the gear that they sell there probably isn't the greatest quality, but it's a lot of down sleeping bags and sort of cheaper quality cheaper quality imitations of the more expensive stuff. And there's like negative 10 rated down sleeping bags for like $70. And the reviews aren't half bad. So it goes to show you can find really cheap stuff if you know where to look. And that's retail, obviously. Online, you can, on eBay and maybe Craigslist, you can definitely find cheaper stuff there. Driving up here, it's I can drive all the way to the base of this mountain, which is awesome. So I was driving, and raining the entire time, and fairly mild. And as I got closer and closer to the base level where you park, snow, it started snowing, and a sense of excitement came over me, and then dread because I didn't bring my snowshoes. I probably should have checked the mountain report this morning before I left, but I thought, no, based on the forecast, there's no way that it's going to snow that much more in one night. Boy, was I wrong. And again, I get lucky with the weather. As I'm setting up, it stops snowing, which was awesome. I'm planning a multi-day backpacking trip in the next couple weeks, so I'm really excited for that. First time I've ever, well, if I do it, it'll be the first time I've ever gone out for multiple days. It's always just been overnight. Hike in, stay overnight, and then hike out. But I might actually need a bigger backpack for that, mind you. Because that backpack's just a day pack. Although if I travel light, there's, with prepared food, there's no reason why. Whoa. Uh-oh. There's no reason why I can't use that backpack for a multi-nighter. It's really just, especially when there's snow and I don't need to carry in too much water, it's just the extra food, really, that I got to worry about. I might even try doing a different shelter, not bring the tent, do like that would be tough, but do a snow trench type shelter. I'm sure y'all have seen that before. Just digging a body-sized trench, essentially, into the snow, and then putting whatever you can find on top, a tarp or even boughs for the roof. That would be tough for a multi-day, because there's nothing worse than being in a cramped shelter where you can't really move around too much, you can't change, get out of if you have wet clothes on. But that would be an adventure for sure. If you can hear it on my voice, it's a little hoarse. And that's because I thought it was just allergies, but I don't know. Kind of feels like I might be coming down with a bit of a cold or something. I feel okay, but kind of feel it in the throat before you get sick. Hopefully it's just allergies. Well, tent is on a bit of a slant, but that's all right. I can adjust. Stamp that corner down. Wow, it's it's been really a full year now, I think, that I've been going steadily with these trips. Yeah, it's about a year. I mean, it's been, I think my first video was, when was that? I can't remember now. But I made one video, and then there was a huge break. There was a huge break, and I didn't do any more for like half a year or something like that. So if you count those or that video, then it's been over a year, obviously. But either way, we're back in the snow, and I'm loving it. Loving it. Beauty of this place, it's only minutes away from my house too. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay, I'm gonna get this the fly on and see if I can't find some easy wood. It's gonna be tough. Everything's buried. So I'll check back with you in a bit. Here it is, my trusty, let's call it Blue. You've been a faithful bag, little Blue. Get in there. Whoops. Had that laying in the snow. Oops. Little Gray, get in there. I've got my eyes on a, what is it called? Neo Air, I think it is. Neo Air mattress. Very ultralight, expensive though. So as soon as I can afford it, I'm going to get it. This guy, it's awesome, but it's a lot heavier and a lot bulkier. We use these in the Army, so they're tested. They're tried, tested. At this store, they also have really cheap rain gear, which is good, because rain gear typically is pretty expensive, the good stuff anyway, and this stuff looks decent. Because last time I was up here, if you remember, the rain was insane, and the way back was not fun. Because I had to bushwhack a little bit, that's where you get most, excuse me, that's when you get most wet. Because you're just wading through a sea of wet trees. So that's good. I think I found my source for cheap gear. Because some of this is going to need replacing soon. I'm coming in with a backpack that weighs probably 40, maybe 50 pounds at the most. And that's quite a bit when you're hiking uphill. Makes all the difference in the world, saving a few pounds here and there. Well, as I said, the wood is going to be slim pickings. I do see a few dead bough type pieces off these trees that I could probably saw off, so I'm going to try that. This is going to be tough. No snowshoes here. Here we go. It's a little bit wet on the inside, but I should be able to dry it out given that I can get something started. Yeah, it looks like the part of the wood that was facing towards the sky is waterlogged a bit and iced up inside, so that's not good. But let's see if we can find some more stuff. Alright, I'm in the midst of a bunch of trees, and I do see a number of things I can harvest from here. So it looks like there's kind of dead stuff. See that one right there that I can take out or cut off and take out. So I'll do that now. No, this one's rotten, but it might serve as a good base. Anything you can use really will, as long as it's not too wet, will serve as either a base or something you can dry out and burn later. Yeah, you see that? That's not wet. That's actually really sappy. So that might actually work well for me if I could get all the snow off. Well, if I want to get a fire going, I think the only chance I really have is getting this big guy dug out. This is the big piece that I put over my fire when it started raining last time. Work good as a base if I can get it out. If I can't, then I don't know. Unless I want to cut down a live tree, which I will not do. I can't find any wood anywhere. Live wood probably doesn't burn all too well anyway. Ooh. Ow, that hurts the hands. Whoa. Well, I can't really tell by the camera, but it is getting dark on me here. I don't need a fire for cooking or anything, but it'd be nice to get one going. Get these boots dry. Once again, I'm I'm wishing that I had bought boots that don't absorb the water. These are just desert boots. And they're fine for one night, but maybe next time I'll have new boots. Oh yeah. That thing is heavy. Alright, I'm gonna get a fire pit going and see what I can come up with here in terms of more wood. Well, this is about as good as I'm gonna get for now anyway. As I said, not super confident on getting a fire going. Well, I'll get it going, but but sustaining it is going to be a problem because everything is either wet or it's covered in snow and ice-logged wood. I did bring some burnable material. I had these shish kebab sticks and also some fire bricklets. So we'll try this with a fire striker. I'm hoping, like last time, things will just dry out as it burns. I guess so far so good. I'm going to keep feeding it with dry sticks that I can find and hopefully start to dry out this bigger wood. I'll check back with you. Well, it's going now. Although I did just add a couple more briquettes to it, so that's probably, well, that's obviously why it's so high. Everything's just so wet. I don't know how long this is going to last. My hope was to get all the surrounding wood dry enough that it would start to burn, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Some of it is catching fire. You can usually tell if a fire's hot enough to start really picking up steam. Because when you get real close to it, it's just there's way too much heat, and it's hard to be close. And I mean, I'm right up against it, and I'm not getting a whole lot. So, well, I got the wood to catch, which is very good. It took every little briquette that I had to get her going. So my hope now is, as I said, all the wood around starts to dry out and burn. If not, then there's not much more I can do. I've collected I've collected most of the wood all the wood that I could find, really, that was dead. There is some living stuff attached here, but it burns quite nicely. It's just little branches, little twigs with some needles on it. But this is awesome. I can now hopefully dry out my socks. I'm sitting on my backpack. It's nothing like a nice place to sit down when you're out in the woods and just relax next to the fire. This, my friends, is what it's all about. And it looks like it's either snowing or freezing rain or rain. I'm not sure. Just kind of spitting. That feels nice. So for dinner tonight, I've got just a pouch of instant potato and beef. Just sort of that bag of dehydrated camper meal. So pretty excited about that. Those things are always filling. When you got the little bag, it doesn't seem like much, but once you put water in, I rarely am able to finish them. But yeah, next time, or sometime soon, I definitely need new boots. These ones are not good at all. And I actually forgot, they actually work okay if I have my Gore-Tex socks, but I forgot those, so. Oops. I hope it doesn't get too cold tonight, or else these boots will freeze, and they are so hard. If they're frozen, it's so hard to get my feet in them again. But that's the key to a good fire in the snow, is a nice base. Something that's not going to burn down in the snow and then put itself out. But I'm going to continue stoking this bad boy and hopefully get the flames a bit higher here and dry out my feet as much as I can. Hopefully this, whatever this is that's falling, isn't going to pick up too much. If that's the case, then I'm going to get in the tent. To start the fire, I used laundry lint once again. That stuff works like a charm. I think it's safe to say this fire was a success. It's been going for, I don't know, it's been going for an hour, well, an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. Finally the wood caught. I just kept stoking it, and finally some good heat started to occur. So I'm just warming up some water next to the fire. It's a little late, but I would like some coffee. Oh, man. I'm really happy with this. The key was this giant log that I dug out of the snow. It's made a really good base for me. This fire has been going for a while now, and it still hasn't burnt through a whole lot of this big log or stump or whatever you want to call it. And we got some good heat radiating from this now. Now that's a good fire. When you can barely stand about a foot away, that's a good fire. So we're gonna get this water to a boil and have some coffee. Yeah, this is winter camping. This is winter camping for sure. I think I'll worry about dinner in probably half an hour or so. I'm really not that hungry. I'm sure once I start cooking, that'll change. Ah, man, there's nothing like a good fire in the snow. I've actually been drying my boots and my socks, and they're pretty much dry now. Whoa! Okay, uneven seat. Ouch. So that's excellent. It makes a world of difference when your feet are dry. That's such a good method. I mean, well, I guess it's not a method, but just I guess it's just a principle of a good fire is once you get it burning, you can just, no matter how well, in my experience anyway, no matter how wet the wood is, if you got a good fire going, you just dry it out, and eventually it'll burn. And that was the case here. I had the only dry stuff that I had, dry material, is the stuff that I brought. Everything else was, it looked like it was waterlogged, it's covered in snow, so. This is awesome. My first snow winter camping of the season, and we're starting it off with a bang. All right, let's get this water boiling and have some coffee. I'll check back with you when it's boiling. Oh. Coffee's ready. Oh man. Even next to a warm fire, a hot drink makes it that much better, that much warmer. I'm not sure what the temperature is. It's got to be below zero because I'm getting little bits of snow coming down. Makes sense, I'm on top of a mountain. Hopefully this doesn't keep me up all night. It's only 7 o'clock or so. I'm starting to get excited for dinner. I can actually show you what I got here. I can pull it out. There it is. It's seasoned potatoes and beef. You don't need anything more than that. 32 grams of protein, 440 calories, and just add water. I'm excited for that. I'll show you that in a little bit. But for now, let's enjoy this hot, delicious coffee. The challenge of filming in this kind of weather is the battery on my camera dies really quickly. Thankfully, I brought a battery pack, so it didn't take me long, but I had to charge the camera for a bit to film the next shot. You know, I said that fall camping might rival winter camping and snow camping, but I don't know. Now that I'm here, I'm not sure. Especially since I've got a fire that's sustainable, not burning into the snow. And that's really the bonus of fall camping, is you don't have to worry about the snow and how it interacts with the fire. But I found a good base. Cheers. Cheers to good fire bases. I did have some good camping trips in the fall, though. Some really good ones. The one at Shillelagh Lake was so awesome. That was more of a late summer camp, I think. When did I do that one? I feel like that was late September. So late summer, early fall. I'd go back there in a second if I had a 4x4. I can't believe I drove. I should have showed you the road that I took to get there. My little Honda Fit. Goodness gracious. I can't believe I put the little Fit through that. There was one part of the road where I had to get out of the car and kick a bunch of huge rocks, like move a bunch of huge rocks out of the way so I could drive over certain parts. Or else I would have bottomed out. Good times. Good times. Okay, it's fire's still going, by the way. And it's been an hour or two since the last check-in. I'm gonna start boiling some water so we can have some dinner. Dinner feels ready. It's awfully soupy, but I really don't care. I've got a fork. By the feel of it, I should have had a spoon, but that's all right. Soupy. I could honestly just drink this out of the bag. Probably added a bit too much water to it, but let's have a taste, huh? Not bad. Oh, that's pretty good. I've got a little dinner time treat. Let's see what we got this time. Oh, had it cooling in the snow. This is a Tuborg from Denmark, Copenhagen. If you haven't tried it, I would highly recommend it. This beer is one of my favorites. Oh boy, here we go. The Borsche. Cheers. Oh, that is delicious. And so is this. And my fire is still going. I think I would mark that as a success. At this point, it's been probably 4 hours. It's a bit of a late dinner. It's almost 10 o'clock. Classic Nigel style. There's a whole whack of different flavors for these types of meals. If you tried any that are really good, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know some brands and types that are no good at all. You can get like breakfasts, desserts. It's crazy. I think I saw one, an apple pie. It's not hard to believe. I mean, in the army we had rations rations or meals or whatever you want to call it, and they were pretty what's the word? Sophisticated, you could say. Like lemon meringue and like egg and bacon omelet. A whole bunch of preservatives in them, mind you, but still so good. And the good thing about these bagged dinners is you don't have to bring a pan or a grill or anything. Alright, I'm going to enjoy this for a bit and check back with you. My God. Okay guys, I'm quite tired, so I think I'm going to turn in. The fire still going, just smoldering a bit, but it's pretty late, so I'm going to relax for a bit more and then just pass out. So I'll see you guys in the morning. Good night. Good night.
Good morning. I had a pretty decent sleep last night. I don't think it snowed too much. Actually sounded like it was raining a little bit, but as you can see, the fire is still smoldering. Still smoking, so that's awesome. It's not too cold either, but I'm gonna get some water boiling and have some coffee, and possibly a bag of oatmeal as well. It's quite beautiful this morning. Water didn't freeze. That's a bonus. Man, what has it been like? Over 8 hours, and that fire's still smoldering. It must not have rained or snowed a whole lot last night. If it's still smoking, the wood looks pretty dry too. So, if I were staying here 2 nights, this would be music to my ears. To know that the fire is still going like this. Although there's not a whole lot of wood around here within walking distance without my snowshoes. Actually add a bit more water for my oatmeal, my oats. Nothing like a good bag of oats in the morning. It's gonna be nice to come back up here when it's with snowshoes, when the snow's really coming down. Hear the train in the distance. Who would have thought I would be getting smoked out in the morning? Not I. Not me. Well, here comes some sort of snow or rain. Yeah, that's snow. Alright, I'm going to wait for this to boil and then add my grinds and add it to my oatmeal. There we go. Water's bubbling. You know what that means, it's boiling. You can hear the snow slash ice hitting the tent in the background. Easy does it now. You never want to scald your fingers or your hand. Super convenient that you can have oatmeal in the pack like this. But I actually prefer my oatmeal watery. I like it soupy. I'm not too keen on it all thick like this, but okay. And then the main event. Coffee. The main course right here. Ah, yeah. I love the smell of like the stove and boiling water on it. I guess it's the gas and stuff. I don't know. And then especially when you're making coffee on top of it, brings me back to my childhood. Really, my dad used to make coffee on the stove when we'd go camping. I guess that's what this is for me. Quite a bit of it is just nostalgic. This camping business. It's not that I like doing it, especially alone either. The only reason why I'm doing this is alone, that is to spend it with you guys. But otherwise, if I wasn't making a little video, probably wouldn't do this often. I'm not saying I don't enjoy it, I really do. But it's just one of those things where I really want to get out, and I can't really wait on anybody else's schedule. Just gotta get out there. You never know when the call of the wild will strike you. And for me, it's often. For me, it's roughly every week. I get that keen desire to go out. Unfortunately, my schedule doesn't allow me every weekend. But as I said, come December, I'm hopefully going to have lots of opportunities to go out, and possibly a multi-nighter. So stoked for that. So stoked. Oh, that's hot. Just put a little snow on the edges so it's not as hot to my lips, and then maybe put some snow in the coffee to cool it down a bit so I can drink it right away. Oh man. Label me thankful. Nothing like a good pot in the morning. Next, I gotta pack up this wet tent and hike out of here. I'm gonna enjoy this for a bit, take my time. I'm in no rush, and check back with you once I'm ready to go.
Okay guys, I'm packed up, ready to go. Campsite's all clean. Man, I'm actually kind of sad to be leaving. This was unexpected, but fun. Was not expecting this much snow. Next time I'll bring snowshoes, right? If you enjoyed this one, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. And get involved in the comments. Let me know what you think. And it would be a pleasure to talk with you, a pleasure to meet you. Anyways, guys, until next time, take care. Bye, guys.